Hello, so just a quick apology. This was supposed to be out on Sunday. Unfortunately, due to an adverse reaction to my fifth COVID jab, which was Pfizer, not had any reactions at all before. Certainly nothing negative. The first one was rather buzzing actually. But anyway, this one, it really hit me and it took me out for the day. Nowhere nice. So I do apologise for the lateness. But yes, it's here. Hi, welcome to Trevor's Barking Mad channel. My name's Trevor and it has been said I might be barking mad. Let's see what this week's about. Hello. Welcome to my channel. And here's Toto. It's almost like he knows the second this happens. And here comes Dottie as well. Thank you, Toto. So this is all about the Crick Show. My first ever visit there. I took dear friend Lindy with me, and we left the south coast of Hampshire at about 6:15 in the morning, didn't we? And we made our first stop because I've got an electric car, a Nissan Leaf 30 kilowatt, and I made our first stop was going to be Abingdon, Fair Acres Retail Park. And I should have still had quite a bit of juice left, but because the A34 is not only a laboriously boring road, oh, Toto, it really was, yeah, I know. But it's very hilly. So that took its toll on my range on the car as well. The range, darlings. So there's a cost of there. It just opened literally like 10 minutes before, so had a breakfast. I took a little video at the time. So Lindy was a little bit camera shy at the time, a bit too early I think. Here we are, Lindy's camera shy today. So we are at Fair Acres charging, and yay, had 16 miles left. So we're on the journey. It's stopped raining, sort of. It's like having a hobbit in the background, isn't it? Anyway, here goes. So after half hour of Costa Coffee breakfast, which is very nice. I had their vegan bacon roll. Lindy had a normal bacon roll. I do like their vegan one. It's very, very good. It's like the American crispy, streaky bacon. Excuse me. So we then made our way. Well, that was a far bigger charge than I intended. It went to 96%, but it did cost me £12 odd. When cars get to about 80% on rapid chargers, it's normality that you unplug and go, because the car slows down so much on its charge. So anyway, the intention was going to have a little bit of a charge there, about 10-15 minutes, and then go on to Northampton services, the base of the M1, and go up to a little 10-minute charge there, go up to Crick, which was then 16 miles from Northampton. But alas, I had a 96% battery. There's no point in going over to Northampton. We could just go straight up the A5 to Crick, which is what we did. We got there about 10:30. And it was very exciting as you go in. You realise it's the biggest in the country, and people come from all over the world to be at this boat show. As you go in, there's mainstream and cars going straight on, but there's also there was a little offshoot car park to the right. I thought, I can see an entrance over there. I'll park there. Now we had red wristbands. That was a yellow entrance. So I mentioned just to quickly to the security guy, can we go in that way? There's no one going through that entrance. He said, I've worked with the bloke on the gate. So we had a word with the bloke on the gate, and he said no. Why do I always find the job's worth? No one going through the gate, but no, we had to walk all around to the red. Not the end of the world, but it was just a walk, and in my eyes, unnecessary. Anyway, as we walked in, a couple of guys gave us a free booklet, which didn't give you a layout of the entire site. It just gave you a layout like of a marquee, the marina, the food marquee, the craft marquee, the boating marquee. Sorry, just had breakfast. So it was very good in that aspect, and it gave you an idea of who was there, but it didn't give you an overall view of the entire site. And alas, never been before, we kept getting lost trying to find the boats on the marina. A few signs would not go amiss. Marina boats this way. There is when you virtually get there. There's a great big banner up, but a couple of signs like from the food court, central food court. We just kept going around in circles and ended up in the central food court. No, we didn't buy food each time we did that. So we had a walk around, and first vloggers that I recognised were minimalist, and I bought a little bit of Perseverance. They had a bucket of bits they put Perseverance on from the they were doing up their boat, and you just make a donation. So I bought a little snippet of Perseverance. That actually meant a lot to me. Yes, so that was rather good. Had a walk round, and there were some very good deals to be had at the show as well. So if you wanted to buy something for your boat, now was the time. The fridges and freezers, 12-volt ones, were so cheap. I couldn't believe it. You hear about people paying like £600-700 for an under-counter 12-volt fridge. This had a full height fridge and freezer, and it was £538. I couldn't go with that. The bloke knew I was quite excited by that. I said, I just need a boat to put it in. Then we had a walk round, went around to the boats, bumped into Wes and Amy. Lovely having a chat with them, and Rufus, little Rufus, I was so cute, so gorgeous, so well behaved. And yes, had a little chat to them on their recent vlogs. They've experienced a little bit of a problem, but all sorted, and hopefully good times ahead for you both. And just walking around, bumped into the foxes. So we went down to the boats on the marina, and I think en route, Lindy could not resist putting her head through Wilton Marinas. They had these funny little comical, put your head through seaside thing. That was quite good. It was a competition, but we didn't go that far. So we went down to the marina, lots of boats there, obviously. Some brokerages didn't have boats there. One brokerage said to me, there are customers' boats, we're not bringing them here. But plenty of other brokerages took their customers' boats there, and they were selling like hotcakes. And it's an ideal opportunity. There are new boats there as well, electric boats there. They are gradually getting more popular. Of course, on the canals you don't have rapid charging points to charge them up quickly. So you are reliant on solar, or in emergency a generator. You might say, well, that's defeating the object, but I had a good chat with one of the chaps there. I think it's Thames Solar, the big blue wide beam, had 7 kilowatts of solar on the roof, and it could cruise for about 9-10 hours a day on that. And it's all electric, and you wouldn't need to use a generator for 9 months roughly of the year. And depends on how bad the winter is or how good the winter is. You've got to bear in mind, you don't need sunshine for solar, you just need daylight. But obviously the brighter the daylight, the more power you get for your batteries. So that was really interesting. I really was quite into that, as you can most probably tell. As we walked around the marina, there was AB&B had Siskin, which was a tug design, which means it's got a big foredeck at the front. And Lindy went and stepped straight onto that, just to have a peek through the front bow door. and it did wobble as she got on, bless her. There's nothing of her, and the boat wobbled. And then I got on, and she said, "Oh my God, I don't feel great." I think she felt a bit seasick on there. She hadn't got a sea legs. That was the first one she'd been on. But after that, she was fine. We then went to the Airbnb stand. They were quite busy at that time, so we then proceeded to walk around. So there's always, at these things, I find one stand or one company that goes beyond expectations. Who was that for me? Well, for me, it was a company I've not really heard much of, and it's called Aquavista. Now, they bought out, I believe quite recently, Castle Marinas, and they've got a total of 29 marinas throughout the country. Some are coastal, some are inland. And they've also got their own brokerages as well. So it's all very in-house, which I think is quite a good idea. Some marinas use the outside brokerage companies to sell the boats, which is also got its plus points as well. But Aquavista, they had their own little meet and greet area where you can go and see, sorry, I do apologise, go and see the boats they got there on the board. You write down the names of a couple or however many you want to go and have a look at, and you just sit around. There's suites there if you want suites, and they call you when they're ready for you, and take you to your boats. And it was really very, very well done. And we were around this big table, and there was this young lady, Georgie, and her mum. And Georgie went onto the canals last November in a 40-odd foot boat, and now she's looking for something a bit bigger. But it was so fantastic, just chatting about her life on the canals and how it's been since November, because she's quite new to it, and how she finds it. And could have sat there and talked all day, if I'm absolutely honest. Absolutely brilliant. So they got called to see their boats that they wanted to see with Aquavista, and then we were very shortly after. So the first boat we went on, the first one we went to see was mid-2000s, about 2005, 57-foot cruiser stern. That means it's got a big deck at the back, and it, shall we say, was an older style. It felt older maybe than it actually was, but it was a very nice boat, very together, very clean, and very presentable. And I did like it had a high cruiser deck. Some you struggle when you're short watsits like me to see over the cabin roof, but this one you stood quite high and proud, and you could easily see over the top of it, which I did like. And whilst it was a pleasure boat, it wasn't one that inspired me. The next one we went on, I think, was a 2006 Aqualine. Now, these boats are made in Poland, and they are exceptionally well built. Especially the wiring and the plumbing is all just symmetrical. They all go straight down, so neat, so tidy. And the quality of the finish is just second to none. I mean, you usually do pay a little bit of a premium, especially brand new as well. And it's a very, very sought after name. There are other sought after names, don't get me wrong, but these have been out for decades, and they're very good. So we went on one of these. It was 2006, which was one of their earlier ones, I feel. It was a total different kettle of fish. The paintwork was impeccable, inside was impeccable, solid marble worktops. It was very well laid out like their boats are today, and really was nice, light and airy. And once again, it had the high cruiser deck at the rear, and you could easily see over the whole boat. I was very impressed. The only thing for me it didn't have was a bow thruster, which is a sideways propeller at the front, which I do believe would be a huge help for a solo boater like myself. But it was mid-60s in the price range, about 66,000, I think, 64, something like that. And yes, it's at the Compromise of Althusser. It's a very nice boat, I must admit. I was quite taken with that. And Lindy liked it as well. She thought it was very nice inside. And after that, I think Lindy did want to go and see a wide beam, but unfortunately all the wide beams seemed to be brand new there, and you had to have an appointment, I believe, so with Collingwood, who are the company, the boat builder. But it was lovely seeing all the other boat builders there. And then it was time for lunch.
Evelyn and Mary, Elizabeth and Brandy, not forgetting Nancy, Gio and Miss Ramsey, whose first name was Cicely. She was from New Zealand. Iris and Vera, Helen and Olga, Kay and Miranda, Zoe and By the Sea, and Ruth, whose real name was Doreen.
So we booked ourselves onto the free boat trip. They do a little 20-minute boat trip, which is free, and we had 10 to 2, so we went and got a bit of lunch. As typical of these places, it's not particularly cheap. We went and got, from the fish and chip van, we got sausage and chips. I've got to be honest, the sausage was not great, and at £6.50, you just knew, it wasn't going to be the best, but it filled a hole, and it did fill me up for the rest of the day. Cute. Come here, you. And whilst we were having our lunch, it started to rain, so we went inside, and then it stopped raining. We came back outside. As we were outside, saw Paul and Anthony and little Dexter. That was lovely to see them, have a very brief chat. These popular vloggers, unlike myself, but these popular vloggers are so busy, so many people want to have a chat to them, and I think they put on their site, their vlog, it took them, what was it, 1.5 hours to do 100 feet or 100 meters or something. In the distance was Alan and Jasmine, but we didn't get to see them. We were just finishing what we were eating, and by that time they got into the food court. We tried to follow, but there's no stopping them when they're on a mission. So hopefully next time, Alan and Jasmine. But we did catch up with Steve, Christine and Smudge. That was lovely, and possibly the longest chat we had with someone there. It was absolutely wonderful, and it's so great seeing people in the flesh that you've only seen on the screen. And that was really lovely meeting you, Steve, Christine, and dear little Smudge. So Lindy was in charge of my Acaso camera, my little action camera, which I bought and have barely ever used. Oh, where is he going? Here he comes. I will disappear from shot no doubt in a minute. Yeah, there we go. So she had that on a little handheld tripod-y thing, and she made very good use of it on the boat, and yes, you'll see her camera work in a second. And it was a lovely little trip. It really was. It started raining towards the end, but it was a lovely little trip. After that, we just had a little mooch around again. Thank you, Toto. I knew this would happen. We had a little mooch around, just taking in everything again. I wanted to see a couple more stands. One brokerage. Yeah, we found a brokerage I wanted to see, and yeah, I was a little bit disappointed by attitude there, but yes, in the whole, it was a really, really great day. So glad I went. My first Crick in my 60th year. I'm 60 at the end of this year, and it was great. I still have loads of questions I need to ask people for their thoughts, especially on my health issues. How sensible or how silly is it? I'd like to think it's sensible, but I'm a bit biased, aren't I? However, we then walked back to the car for our journey home. And that is where I'm going to leave this little cliffhanger, because that is when hell broke loose. So So there we go. I was going to wait till I was out and about somewhere pretty, somewhere nice. I just haven't had time to do it. So in order to get this vlog put together, it's already late. So I thought I'd do it sitting down with dear little Toto. Dottie's in her bed asleep, I think, bless her. And for those who don't know, she's had x-rays and scans this week. And we're going to try a change of food to hypoallergenic in the hope that sorts everything out for us. So thank you very much for watching. Please don't hesitate to subscribe. It means the world to us. Give us a thumbs up. Love your comments. Any comments you want to leave, please do so below. And until next time, love one another and every best wish. Bye bye.